I was scouring Google Earth, a remote mountainside, looking at the terrain. The large boulders were seemingly in focus, clear as day from the satellite's latest pictures from space that I was utilizing. I noticed a structure of obvious human logic, way up on this mountainside, barely visible, hidden in the thick canopy of trees and boulders. Boulders the size of houses. Further down, I also noticed a large soil disturbance. My curiosity was piqued, and I had asked myself enough questions. What was up here, and why was it in such an inhospitable place? What is remaining after years of apparent vacancy, and what drew these forgotten souls to engage in such a triumph of will? Grit and determination are the only requirements to thrive outside of the popular institution of city streets and the collective society that runs 9 to 5 days a week. What did these pioneers leave behind for us to discover on this lonely mountainside? So, we're at our mark. I'd say this is very likely to be black bear scat. I mean, feel the hair in it? It's pretty thick and knotty. I believe that's what this is. Yeah, definitely black bear scat. We found another really good bone pile. There's actually a claw fragment right in that. You can see that's a claw. The map's taken me northwest, and above this boulder batholith is the disturbed earth and strange structure. I think we got to break through these boulders, hit that ridge, follow the ridge, and that should help us a bit on our elevation gain as far as how much elevation gain per foot per mile. And you can barely see the valley floor right behind me, but I'm just up in this big boulder maze. Pretty cool. I'm really interested to see who was up here and what sort of stuff's going on up on this ridgeline. You leading the way, Greta? What do you think? Go for it, girl. Actually, this here looks prime. Get a good view on top of this rock too. Wow. This just keeps going. Holy cow. Oh, we got some bones here. Check that out. Yeah, it keeps getting gnarlier and gnarlier. And you can tell, opportune spot for an animal to lay. Especially in the shade. Oh crap. Made it up a bit more. Still running into boulders, but I think we're gonna have a lot better footing once we cross this last thicket of boulders. But one thing I noticed, I smelled, see, I'm downwind, wind's blowing me that way, and I had a change in smell, like something's dead. I wouldn't be surprised if there's, what is that? See that tree up there? There's a animal carcass somewhere around here. So I noticed it, and it takes a lot for that piney sagebrush smell to get covered up. This looks almost like an old trail. Tell you what, looks like lightning struck this. Really does. This used to be a big tree. How gnarly all this brush looks. But you can see lightning struck this dead down the center. Because it's burnt from the inside. Sometimes you can find some really cool petrified wood that lightning strikes cause it almost crystallizes. Yeah, just a big old lightning strike on this baby. Check that out. That was a big tree. Onwards we go. Yeehaw, we're getting closer. How about that? Look at that view. Way up here in the pines. Still got a little more to go. I think that's our final nail in the coffin right there. And we're gonna be up on this ridge line. And it looks like there's stuff. You've seen the Google Maps. It looks like something's up here, and it kudos to those old timers for getting it up here, because this is a hike for me. I'm having to pause every 20 minutes or so and just sit on a boulder, take in the views, etc. But really fun hike. Look at this little cutout here. See, something like that, you'd think something's in there. We'll go. I don't want to go around that sagebrush, dead bush. I'm gonna have to bushwhack it. That little cutout gives you the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why. You think there's a frickin' cave monster in there. Greta don't like it either. This is wild. This is wild. So what the heck could be up here that looks so freaking cool? Look at that. It's these big boulders. It's crazy. It's crazy. The whole side of this cliff. Yeah, Greta's got the right idea. Keep going. Finally broke out of the boulder batholith here. Final stretch of this ridge. Super cool looking. Huh.
Yeah, this right here looks like something was mined. This looks like some good old leverite. See the different mineral bands in there? Right where they cut it too. A lot of oxidization. It's all iron oxide. So we're getting close to whatever the heck's hiding up here. Oh yeah, plain as day. Look at this. These are old nails. This is very old. Peanuts. Look at this. What the heck was this? Wow. This was a... Watch your feet for nails, Stinky. This was a real deal. Mine up here. That's crazy. Dextron. Transmission fluid. Huh. What a interesting spot. So this isn't our Google Earth find. I checked Onyx and we're still a few hundred feet away, but check this out. Look at this old stuff here. I wonder if there's like a portal somewhere. Look at these nails. They're huge. Wow, it's crazy looking. Yeah, there's got to be a portal somewhere around here. Yeah, look at this. Right into the rock. What would you say that is? A claim marker? They core bored that. See how it's a perfect circle? That looks like it's about, oh, I don't know, probably from the 70s. I think we're on to something not that old. Around the 70s. Let's keep pushing onwards, looking for things that don't look right. This is the quartz they were after. You see how there's a little oxidization or that rust patina in this? And the little rosy colors? This is gold bearing quartz. That's what this is. Yeah, I keep finding fantastic specimens. Let's see if you can see it. You can see little bands of minerals in that. This is fantastic. This is good quartz. So there's definitely something, by the looks of that, whether that was a sleeping quarters or something. There was definitely some sort of large-scale activity up here in the 60s, 70s era. That kind of metal looked like it was, you know, Vietnam War era, just by the look of it. There's some debris here. Looks like this might have been their trash. Wood bunks. I think I'm seeing more down here. I am. There's something right there. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff down here. How cool is this? Look at this. Oh, there's like something out here. See it? I'm just hoping no one's living in that. You want to be kind of careful. If there's someone like that away from civilization up in the woods. Look at this. We'll visit this in a minute. I want to clear this house. Make sure I'm not into anyone's claim. Oh, no. What is that? It's like an old cabin. Oh, look at this. This was a mine. This was like a mountain man's mine. Let's get a look at this stuff. There's stuff all over. Someone was definitely living up here. Look how many different mattresses there are. That's wild. There was some sort of electricity up here. This wasn't that distant. This is really cool though. This is fabric. There's cloth on this table. Let's see what we got here. Almost looks like a 223 or a, I don't know what that is. There's no make on the shell. $31.65. Wonder if there's anything in this cabinet. It's an actual mirror here. Nothing. See this? There was a jar. Something in that as well you could unscrew. This is a fantastic little cabin. But look at the beds. There were at least 3 guys here. See that? There's stuff all over here. This looks like it was a bird coop of some sorts. Maybe chicken? You'd only have a couple in there. It'd be pretty annoying. What gets me though, so you see how old this is. This is all mortar, okay? So that's like a bag of Quickcrete they use to chink this. This is all, you know, very rudimentary, but this here, this roof, check that out. See, more quartz. They're mining gold up here. So they drove in here some way, but I lost the trail. I couldn't find a road to get to this. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that would have been the outhouse. Yeah, it sure was. There's a lot of stuff laying around still. That was a seat of some sorts to a wagon, it looks like. That looks like it's a wagon seat. It was some sort of bench seat. Or no, that was a sofa, but I don't think so. I think I was on a wagon. I bet you they had mules up here pulling a wagon. Yeah. And you can tell this actually is probably way older, because that's a tiny bed frame. Very tiny. This might be 1920s, 30s. There's a gutter. Trying to find the portal. There should be a portal around here. So, that disturbed earth that we were looking at was down this way. There's already a trail, a gnarly trail. Check this out. Look at the work that went into this. Just the different texturing. I don't know what this is. Looks almost like some sort of ore chute. Follow this wash, see if we can't find all that disturbed earth. Okay, so they were way down here. Still doesn't give me any idea of a portal, where a portal would be. How in the heck did they pull out their ore? Oh, there is something down here. This is all that disturbed earth that was on the maps. I'm not going to be able to go down that. Let's go this way, Greta. They really made it a labyrinth. Some of that rock over there looks like it's been broken. This might have been an easier trail. Yeah, so one line of boulders, you can't see where exactly you've walked. You can get lost real easy back here. But you can tell this was a pathway for them. Yeah, there's some sort of a structure down here. Oh, wow. That's the mine. That is creepy looking. replica. So look at this. This was the hut. And there's a mine back in here. What the heck? What the heck? That is creepy. I don't know if I want to go in this one. How far back does it even go? Can't tell what it just dug into the side of the boulders. Look at this. Raw timber. See something shining. See that shining over there? It looks like it's the sun came out. This ground is just horrible. Yeah, it looks like the sun shining through the boulders. Holy cow. Check that out. It goes way under here. It's a tunnel under the freaking boulders. This is crazy. I think we gotta investigate this a little bit. Take off my pack. What do you smell? Oh, there's a deer leg in here. Kind of fresh. Yeah, something lives in this one. We're not gonna get in a fight with that. Whatever's bringing deer in here. Yeah, she's hitting on a lot of scents. So it's almost all burnt. Trying to look at this blind spot. You see all that? Any tracks or anything hanging around? Yeah, these timbers, I don't know how they came down, but you can see some of the core samples. It's very wet. The air kind of hurting my throat here. Oh wow, look at this. Smoky quartz. See that? It's black quartz. That is cool. The whole side of this is. They must have been pulling gold out of this. Old metal. Yeah, you can tell this is a boulder that we're on. Can't see too well in front of me, so I zoom that in. Yeah, it looks like it changes. It's not that granite-filled stuff. Three. Not seeing any cool things. Oh, look at this. So they broke this rock for maybe sample for it. What is this? This opens up. Oh yeah, there's a labyrinth here. Check those corners. Greta doesn't seem to care. Oh yeah. Wow. This keeps going and going. Yeah, you get lost in something like this. That's crazy. Holy cow. Yeah, we'll mark this because I don't know where this is or how to get out. I know this is my tunnel, and I'm not getting lost in mine. Get out of here. Check out you guys' top side. So this is another thing that's given me apprehension. Check that out. That big boulder resting on these timbers. Look at how fragile that is. Just that whole wash up there. All it takes is one of these timbers that we don't even know how old they are snapping off. But anyway, that is really cool back there, and I don't know the length, how far it goes, where it goes, what was mined in there last time it was mined. If I'm going to set out and explore this on another one, we're going to do it right and know what we're dealing with, how many feet total of tunnels there are, if there's any shafts, what there is that could have been covered up by old timers. You know, sometimes there's old plywood lying over its shaft. Whatever it is, it's extremely dark. The timbers are horrible. So this one here, you want someone on the outside just watching the portal. But it's cool in there. I'm glad we found that smoky quartz. Now you can see this somewhere. They got this pay dirt out of there. This is a mound, a pile of pay dirt or tailings that they pulled out. And you can see the oxidization in these rocks. This whole thing they pulled out. And it's all tailings. So somewhere there was a mill or a crusher. And I wonder if the initial structure we found was the crusher. But it's pretty neat. And you can see all the different parts of the mine when it was in operation. Really neat. Just surrounded by these boulders. You don't see this kind of mine that much. Look at that. That is a cool looking portal. But let's head up topside, see what else we didn't come across up there, and see what that other pile was. It's another nice piece of quartz. It's good looking. You can see this was their old trail back to that cabin. So I'm almost wondering if the cabin down here was a original, and then sometime in the 60s, 70s, some fellers moved up in on this mountain, started mining gold where the old timers took off, or left off. You can see it clear as day. This is a trail. So we're back at the cabin, and as I was flying the drone around up above the site, I noticed there's a number 5 or something on top. That makes out the number 5 right there. But I'm just checking this over. See a lot of degreaser, different things here. This is a really old can, corned beef. It's got like a plaid backer. And this looks like, I feel like they were smashing up quartz over here. There's something. I wonder what this is. Oh, it's another spring. It's a spring right there. The cabin doors ended up over here. Look at that old door. What a cool little area. Yeah, this is where, yeah, look at all the quartz I'm in now. There's some beautiful pieces. That all came from below us. It's all over right here. So they were, I think this was their crusher. Oh no, this is a pit. That's pretty deep. This was a head frame. That's what this was. They'd winch up the raw ore up here. So that climb we made down the side of the mountain isn't what they did. This is a head frame, or was at one point. This is their shaft or stope. Interesting. And there's a little more remains up there, but look at what they were pulling out. Here it is. Here the money rock is. See that band of quartz, and then this oxidization. It's a really pretty rock. You can tell it's rich. Look at that. Quartz almost looks like it's fossilized, like amber. That's what they were after. Okay, just rocks. Just rocks up here. Huh. That's pretty crazy. Big old hole right here. Well, that's our Google Earth find. It's a beautiful afternoon. We're starting to burn the daylight hours, and I'm gonna head up the trail, try to get out of here. I appreciate you joining us on today's adventure, and if you're still tagging along, thank you. I know there's a great amount of people that support the channel and are a part of it, and I'm just very happy. And I know sometimes YouTube channels get over the top and they lose that originality and that edge, and there's just something different about them from when they started. But to all you guys who are here from the very beginning, I want to tell you thank you. And channel's never going to change. It's for the people, by the people, and that's how I intend to keep it. We're not going to get in over the top and all the correctness and everything. We're just going to enjoy nature, continue our hikes, and try to document some of this history from a first-person perspective. And again, thank you for your time, and I hope you're having a great day. And thank you very much. See you down the trail.
Tunnel vision, hiding in the dark. Well, I ain't gonna holler before I really bleed. Salvation, a quick fix remedy. You said I never could change. I thought I never could change. They said I never could change. Damn right I never would. Leave the light on. Leave the light on. Just leave the light on.